The great first utterance on the stream. Just a big old sneeze. Ugh. This might look particularly meta on stream, perhaps. So yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. So I'm glad that whatever the hell was happening last Sunday is not repeating itself this time. So yeah, last week I was just opening the YouTube streaming interface and it just kept loading it infinitely. I checked real quick yesterday and it loaded fine, and today it's loading fine as well, so I don't know what the hell is going on there. That's good to, know. And I took a bit of time to figure out another thing that Sean suggested, which is the little picture-in-picture thing. So now you should be able to see my grid view over here in the corner. So that when I'm doing stuff over here, hopefully it is at least visible enough. Yeah, like I'm restretching it now. Or I'm restretching. Yeah, I'm resizing it now. So yeah, hopefully that'll be nice. I'm not fully confident in getting a face cam or something like that. I got a webcam on this laptop, but when I've used it in like Discord calls or things like that, I'm like positioned like right in front of my window, and like it typically like glares, and it's like not great picture quality. So yeah. Okay, so last time we actually got this working, we focused on this area and trying to retool it in order to make it feel a little better and a little more conducive to stealth. Feel pretty good about the improvements here. For this, however, I don't know. For the park, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it. And even if redoing stuff here is necessary, because we already kind of did a small pass on this. Maybe if this park or garden were perhaps more explicitly closed around the sides, and then we had like an entry here, and then like one over here, and then sort of like little paths between them. Something like that. Just at least to get this to feel like, several separate spaces, I think, as opposed to just like one kind of outdoor blobby area. Something we could also start tackling is the interior of here, trying to figure out exactly how we can sort of revitalize the space in here, because now we don't have the entry on this side of building C the way we used to when building B was back over here. So yeah, trying to rethink some of what we could do with this as well. I think both are mighty fine things to tackle today. So that didn't create a leak, did it? I hope not. Anyways. Oh, what is this? Oh, right, because this whole thing is linked, or grouped as a func static. And that would be that. Could delete that. And this is still func static. Good. Okay. Actually, yeah, let's try to do something with this. So to... This might overlap a little bit with, like, decorating the space. But I think getting some fencing around the perimeter here, aside for the entries, would be a good start. I think maybe we stretch this out a bit more so that more of this space is taken up by the actual park area. And we can actually have this sort of be like a landing that's overlooking part of the park and sort of eating into the corner of the silhouette of the park, so that it kind of feels like it has more purpose. Yeah. I think also to emphasize, we've got this macro orientation thing going on where as you go further along in the canal, everything lowers. It's following this drop in elevation towards one side of the map. And so I think it would be pretty good to have, say, well, of course, emphasizing that with the park, but also, I guess, maybe the way that, like, terrain sort of moves or deforms in, like, highly trafficked areas. I think it might be good to, say, kind of have this area and then these sides sort of cut out as being like the sort of mid elevation here, and then sort of dropping this little center area to kind of shape it almost like, I don't know, like half a funnel, or kind of like a toilet bowl. That's not a great analogy, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna commit to this, and let's start. Yeah, it seems okay. Then I guess let's move this over here a little bit so that the park can actually take up more space. More space. That's how you pronounce that, right? No. Something like that. Yeah, something kind of like that. Obviously, you gotta delete all these steps. So that lines up with this elevation. I think I want to make this a bit wider, actually. When did this become a boat? You mean the park or the actual boat? It's right there. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what that means. Is it an issue with the picture-in-picture stuff? Is my rig just not powerful enough? I don't know. You're not receiving enough video. The video mines are not producing enough. Somebody crank the YouTube machine harder. I was confused when I saw it on the wireframe. Oh, okay. Yep, right there. Stops for a few seconds every few minutes. Oh, really? Ugh. That ain't great. Will I have to abandon picture-in-picture mode? You know, I worked so hard to get it working. It took me like 5 minutes. So yeah, this is a little wider. That's good. This probably should be as well. So I guess what would be interesting here would be to get, say, another set of stairs right here. And then I think what I want to do for the paths is kind of have that flow around, have this connect here, and then have this flow around and basically kind of snake down here, just to keep things interesting. So how much difference is there? 16. Okay, so that's enough for 2 steps. By 12, 8 by 12. Make that a func static. That's good. Okay. So, without getting too much into set dressing and decorating too early, I do want to place at least some stuff around here to sort of indicate the borders of the park, as well as sort of to communicate the flow that I want the player to experience going through here. I think first off, having a big old centerpiece of some sort here would be good. I know there's some fountain meshes. Nature? Nah. Are there actual? Oh, look at that! Little snail meshes. I didn't know that. I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, I'm changing the map. This new mission is going to be centered around collecting snails. Statues. Gargoyle. No, I guess not. I know there are Nature Nautical Waterworks. Oh. Oh, yeah. There we go. 3 bowls and 3 bowls large. So. Oh, yeah. That'll do. You're in college now or doing something full time? Neither. No, I've been searching for work for the past 6 months. I was previously at Other Side Entertainment. Yeah. I've griped quite a bit in past streams already about the trouble of finding work. And actually something particularly, something particularly tough happened this past week. I don't want to name the studio. Oh, hang on. Let me pull my curtain. The sun is in my eyes. Yeah, I don't want to name the studio, but they're a subsidiary of a big player, and I actually kind of like them. I was in an interview process with them, and I had gotten a first phone interview with them, which I felt went really well, and then they gave me a design test that I turned in on Thanksgiving, actually. And I wasn't too confident in my design test, but they got back to me. And they said, hey, we want to do a second phone interview with you. So I was like, okay, this must be good. That phone interview was supposed to be Wednesday. Tuesday, I got an email from them saying, hey, there's a situation going on with our finances or our restructuring or something like that. And we realize that we can't hire anyone for this position anymore, so your interview's canceled. Sorry. So, oh, Nevin, what up? So that was a tough one. And not to get too sad sack, but I need to. It's been nice having this past 6 months to like send out applications and just kind of hang out. But I'm all out of money now, so I need to really move on getting a day job. So. Not much, just two whole ass videos. Show off. Ooh, look at me. My name's Nevin. I produce videos in a timely manner. So yeah. Not to get too dour or anything, but now that I have to focus on like getting a job at like a brewery or something, that was very specific, because yes, I am one of my friends works at a brewery and they're trying to pull me in, which is a job I would not resent, but because I need to get a day job and this job search stuff has gone nowhere. IT till I can't get my foot in the door. Yeah. Well, because of that, I'm just thinking what the future of this channel is going to be. I don't know. I think I've just generally been, unenergized and demotivated, in terms of just, not having like that sort of like schedule and structure in my life that a job provides. And I really haven't gotten anywhere, and I've just not felt energy to do it. So, and now, I feel like a huge chunk of my time is going to be taken up by a job that, I don't plan on having to stay at for, the rest of my life. So, I don't know. I feel like I might want to, like, take a hiatus or something like that. Which is kind of weird because I already kind of have. I know, wait, no, I gotta go into the dark mod folder for stone stuff. I'm trying to find some nice cobblestone stuff here. Like Peter from Family Guy. Oh God, where does he work at? Oh, does he work at a brewery? Wow, I'm trying to remember Family Guy, and I do not remember where Peter Griffin works. Cobblestones. Fan pattern grass. How does that look? Oh, he does. Yeah, yeah. Let's apply. Oh, yeah, kind of. It kind of works. If only the scale wasn't messed up. Control Shift S. Why would you ever do that? Okay, yeah. Much better. So yeah, I don't know. Looking at other people's work. Yeah. Something like this, I guess. Like yours and that coding adventure guy? I'm not familiar with coding adventure, if that is the channel name. I mean, first off, thank you. And yeah, okay. Yeah, just to suggest the outline here. This will more formally later Sebastian Leg, I don't know. That looks very French. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, just to give a sample later of what we're gonna do here to make this look better. I would take a brush basically about this size and create a simple patch mesh. And this basically gets into oh God, what in the world? Why would it? I do not understand this thing. Yeah, patches were sort of the most finicky part of it. They also cause like the most like crashes in editor last time around for me. That didn't create that. Wait, what? I have something selected down here for some reason. I don't want that. Wait, what? What? Why? Oh, man. God, all I'm trying to do is create a fucking patch. Oh. Is this one of those things that's dependent on the camera view? God damn it. Okay. So we have to have a top-down view over here first for some stupid reason. Width by height. I assume by width it literally means like the camera view width. Okay. And look at that. All right. So to just give a sample of what we'll be doing. And the vertex, yes, although I want this to be right, I forgot it's like number of vertices, so I actually want this to be subdivided a little further. Sorry, I'm talking to myself right now. Patch, create patch mesh width. Yeah, let's go 9 this time, and then like 5. And then, okay. Yeah. So this is a patch. This is sort of similar in more contemporary editors to like a terrain sculpting tool. So basically you can pull on these individual vertices and basically like sculpt the landscape. And so that way you don't have like these blocks of grass that are supposed to represent like nature. You can actually have it like kind of form a bit of a hill or something like that. And like have slight changes in elevation the way you would actually expect in nature. So yes. Oh, and the prairie review. Thank you. Yeah. No, I've had this video trying to explain game engines like half written ever since my layoff. And I've been trying to get back on the saddle. And, you know, I've kind of made dents in the work left, but, you know, I still have trouble, like, doing that consistently. And it's also weird because I've started, like, writing articles that I want to, like, pitch to publications so I can actually, like, get paid. And so it's weird. I just feel like completely unfocused, which I think is just another one of those bad side effects of, you know, not having a regular, consistent job, you know. It's very strange how it affects your mental outlook, you know. So yeah, you can kind of see under there, but that's all right for now. So yeah, basically I've just kind of sculpted this sort of funnel-ish area. You know, it doesn't really go up all that much. Well, anyways, cobblestone grass there. Again, I want to make sure. Must you? So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be too despondent here, but you know, I need to like focus on getting a day job, and I feel like that's gonna give me less time to focus on videos, even though theoretically I've had more time, and I've just been unmotivated. I just feel kind of stuck. It's actually kind of nice the way it kind of intersects with this. It kind of makes the path look a little, more cobbly. The cobblestone path needs to look cobbly. That's my advice. I could get this to be 8 units and bring that grid back up to 8. All right. Pull this down. Yeah, something like that. And pull this edge down. Oh, and of course, oh, come on. Oh. Oh, wait. It's got to be set to 1 to match everything else. Then have all these be func static. Yep. Okay, so we more or less have our path through the garden. Or the park. You know what I mean. Heater on. It's getting cold in here. Yeah, God, I woke up this morning because the wind was blowing so hard that, like, there's, I don't know, it's like whistling. And like the noise of that was able to wake me up, which was kind of surreal. So yeah, I mean, it still kind of is, but I don't know if like you can hear that on stream, but that would be something. Create model. And yeah, see, like right there. I don't know. Architecture, fencing. Good. Oh, stone fence posts. That's good. That'll be a good start here. Yeah, something like that. And like over here. Yeah, maybe something that actually falls along the slope of the ramp here would be good. Oh, whoops, I forgot to delete these lights. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably fine. Then actually get the fences between them. Create a model. Iron gate. Oh. Oh, a stone fence. Yeah, maybe. It's a joint. Tall junk fence. Where did that just get created? Ah. There we go. So something like this. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh dear. I won't worry about that for now. 16 is fine. Hey. It's looking pretty alright. hit the Windows key, didn't I? Still not quite tall enough. Nah, that's fine for now. We're probably gonna need 2 segment, I think. Yeah. Hello. I would like to rotate this on the world. Why is this not working? There we go. Yeah, good enough. For now, of course. And here. Move that over there. Whoops. That is definitely not what I want. Might need that, but we'll see. Nah, we're good. Well, actually, I'm trying to use this here. Yeah, looks good. Just want to bump this over a tad. this over. This, that. Yeah, that wind's intense right now. But hey, it looks like, at least for the external fencing, we've got that done. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, for basically this space here and this space here, and probably a little bit of this, I want to find some way of like blocking the sight lines, or at least blocking like the player's ability to move through those areas, so that, you know, we can get a more enclosed sense in the park. So that may include some fencing like right along here. And yeah, I feel like it's a good time to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right. So, I also hope it goes without saying that the path here will also certainly be less cubular, which is a word I'm not entirely sure is real. Yeah, so I think right now I want to better center this sort of right here. Yeah, a bit like that, I suppose. Maybe a bit back from this path so that there's like a little space for people to kind of come up and look at the fountain. Create model. for this, I want hedges. It must be nature. Bush. Fern. Grass. Tumbleweed. Delightful. Birch. A couple of trees in here would also do well. Oh, that's got like a snow thingy on it. Maybe that's just transparency. I don't know. Yeah, it's just transparency. Hedge arch. Oh wow, that looks very cube-like. Square long. There we are. There's still like gaps in here. That's fine. Again, we will be fixing this when decoration is a higher priority. Yeah, something like that. Maybe a tree here. Birch. Yeah, let's go with that. One over here. EOC tree, what in the world? Palm, pine tree. Nondescript tree. Is that like a tree top or something? Oh, pine tree. Oh yeah. It's pretty nice. Actually, I think I like that better than this. Oh, whoops. I hit spacebar to clone it right in the middle of the autosave. Whoops. Maybe have a couple here as well. Yeah. And then I don't know if it'd be overkill, but I think lining like this, like the interior of the fences with hedges as well might be nice. Oh, aha, yes. Something I forgot. Whoops. Yep. Okay. So now if we filter that again. God dang. I feel a little more confident in it. A little. So. Oh, you know, it could be cool. We could sort of have this recessed opening for what is supposed to be this building, like right here, and that could kind of be a hiding place for the player. I like that. Let's play around with that. Now it's your world. You just gotta play around in it. This is your bravery test. Sorry. I have not seen the Bob Ross videos pop up in my YouTube feed for a while, or my YouTube recommendations. I should really, I don't know, check those out again. Let's look at this. Like that. That extends. Yes. Okay. Make that func static. Yes. And maybe a little lower. Yeah, something like that. Because of that, we could have, say, because this is kind of a four-way intersection here. Because of that, we could have, say, like a street light here casting like a bunch of light. Therefore, you know, there's going to be like a small sliver of shadow here that the player could hide in. Yeah, let's go with these street lights over here. Fucking do this. It's a light preview. Yeah. Oh. I think there's still a light here. Oh, yes, there it is. Screw you. Skin. Does this have multiple skins? Color me. Oh, I think it's supposed to match the, you need to give it a color. No. Oh, whoops, I selected the color in the light itself. Oh, no, never mind. That looks just fine. Okay. Yeah, let's... Probably shouldn't have these two lights back to back like that. Well, I don't know. Do they overlap? They do not, just barely. So that's good. Yeah, let's boot this up and play it. Great.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
File, point file. Here to... What in the world? Oh. Oh my god. Really? Dang. Okay. This is all the way back when I fixed that Z-Fuddy issue. Excuse me. That should fix it. Yep. Okay. Now let's play this. Alright, so
Let's just say, for the sake of argument,
I've just, done this. Or I've just, completed, gone through building A. Let's say... Well, first off, let's say that's better lit. um, let's also say I want to go through the garden. Well, actually, there's no AI patrolling through there. So maybe we should fix that. This actually does feel quite spacey. I want it to feel a little more dense. I think adding the lining the interior with hedges will probably fix that. Uh-oh. It's this guy. Alright. So that feels okay, I guess. Maybe a bit too easy. But at least in terms of scale, like, yeah, we can tighten this up. Whoa. Where do you come from? Ah, boy.
Aha! Now I've got you.
Let's no target. I just want to get a sense here.
Horse good. I was hoping you were
If I were to say, yeah. Make myself visible again.
Aha! Now I've got you.
No, that's not dark enough. Jeez. Alright. Yeah. This also feels like it could be skinnier. Just a tad. Was it... Did he see me all the way from there? Is that where that first guy came from? I think so. That's remarkable. So let's move these inward a bit. As well as, say, this. Oh my lord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. This, well, not quite. Oh, that, yeah, something like that. Just again. this over a bit. Feels pretty good. I think I want to recreate this, but on the other side. Mark B. How you doing? Just mostly for portfolio stuff. This kind of started. Oh god, this started back in fucking June. Or no, I think I announced it in May actually. So yeah, part to beef up my own portfolio, and part also to demonstrate the actual labor that goes into making a level. Yeah. What is with this? Oh, is this supposed to be the key to building B? Oh my god. Okay. So, if you've seen our prior sessions, you will know that this key is attached to the AI guard here. And it is supposed to be positioned on their hip. And so I guess for the past however many sessions, this key has been floating out like around here relative to the guard, but still like attached to them. I did not pick up on that at all. But yeah. What engine is this? This is id Tech 4. This is the Doom 3 engine, as it turns out. I'm making a stealth level for the Dark mod, which is basically open source Thief. I think we also said squishing the paths here would be good. I did not know that was a thing. Yeah, it's pretty great. You can download it now for free. Yeah. And despite it being called the Dark mod, well, it was a mod for Doom 3 at one point, but ever since Doom 3 was made open source, they converted this in order to be able to run on its own. So, like, that's kind of one of the reasons why I picked this, because like anyone can just download it and play people's stuff. It's pretty nice. Right, so I wanted to add some monster clip here. So how you doing, Mark? Oh, whoops, that's wood texture. Hey, Alex, how you doing? A lot of people turning up later in the show. Yeah, this should extend all the way down to this lower surface here. Just goofing off. Me? You know, just anxious as always. Oh dear Lord. What just happened? I don't know if you could see my picture in picture here, but the camera view on my second monitor, or the grid view on my second monitor, just freaked out. And I'm not exactly sure why, or what that did. Semester just ended. Nice. Straight A's. To be fair, I was a solid B student, and I'm perfectly content with that. Pathologic 2, hell yes. Different kind of clips mean. So I'm not the most well versed in this, but the basic ones are, you've just got regular clip, and then you've got player clip, and then you have monster clip, and those are literally the three I have right there. So a clip texture is basically used to just sort of signify either a collision or a trigger, depending on what you have it attached to. So this big clip thing, for instance, is a giant objective volume, which basically signifies if the player enters this location, then the trigger here will want to check the logic that it has to see if like the player has fulfilled an objective in the map. There's regular player clip that's over here actually, and that's basically just like, you know, invisible wall for the player to not go through. And monster clip specifically is basically an invisible wall, but for AI specifically. And so the thing is that you use it for obstacles, and you basically outline them with monster clip so that the AI does not walk into walls, and you know, things of that nature. Which there was a pretty good demonstration of last time I booted this level up, which was like, what, 5-10 minutes ago. So yeah, those are the basics. If I look in here, common, there's clip, monster clip, movable clip, which I guess means you can, you know, move it. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Player clip, I don't know, that looks like it. But yeah, it's very weird because there's this antiquated way that you know, levels and level editors actually basically contain information in invisible textures. Oh man. So there's things like God, what else? This This pink texture here is actually the caulk texture, like that, which basically doesn't draw anything on this surface. Same with no draw. You also have to, for like a ladder that makes metal sounds, you have to create a what's called a brush, which is these, what we call these giant blocks. The ladder metal, you just like create a block with this texture, and it's like it becomes a climbable surface, basically. Again, it's a very strange approach, and like it absolutely does not. It's not really prevalent anymore. Thank God. Boundaries and triggers, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I'm gonna filter all the clip textures out just to make looking at this way easier. This is also the only fence area that I didn't use the tall fence model for, so I think I'm just gonna do that anyways. It's very unnecessary to do that right now, but it bugs me. And yeah, it's going off the edge a bit, whatever. And I don't know, because there's not like, I mean, there's a model for like a hedge arch that we just looked at when searching for these, but there's no real like larger hedge model. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna like create copies of this basically, just to make this look beefier. It's a really dumb way to do it, but my map shall contain 10,000 hedge meshes. It shall be glorious. Oh yeah, Alex, how far did you get in Pathologic 2? Probably just like day 1 or 2, right? Yeah, pretty much. One of the harder things in creating level concepts using this game is to remind myself, like, I need to like use the models that are there, and you can swear that there are like a lot of things that you thought were there, but then you look through the folders for whatever mesh you're trying to look for, and you realize like you might have been wrong. So there's some challenges there, but you make it work. And of course you can like make your own meshes and add them, but like I am absolutely not, that is not my department. No, I don't want to copy the tree. Really only did the first intro section. Yeah. You do not need to start Pathologic 2 at 1 a.m. It's already weird enough without the sleep deprivation hallucinations, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go through here. And not everyone is a graphic designer. Indeed. Yeah, so I'm going to go through here, see if the scale feels better. As well as here. And yeah, let's take a look at this. Really fast before school, but coming back to it after a few months of not using it, it is a lot slower. So the game is quite choppy. Yeah, I mean, they also had some performance problems, I think. Which, you know, they've been fixing every now and again. But yeah, there's still some stuttering that happens. I think one of the bigger issues with Unity in particular, not that it's unique to Unity at all, it's actually an issue with it using C# specifically. Is this thing gonna... What's going on? Did I fuck it up? Well, the thing with C# specifically is that it's a garbage collected language, or it has like automatic garbage collection. But basically that means that like it'll do operations in the background without your control unless you specifically code around them. So if you just kind of like plunk things in by default. Oh, there we go. Then you can get these huge hitches and these stutters in frame rate. Actually, what the hell was that? "76 seconds for DMAP." Oh, maybe it's because it's shadow casting. That's not... Yeah, adding all those hedges really slowed down compile time. Anyways, yeah. So you get these hitches basically because when you request that, you know, Unity loads something, it has to feed that into, you know, C#, and C# is really slow in terms of, or, you know, loading is a slow operation generally, but like C# just kind of does it whenever it's told, like immediately. Com show FPS. Oh no, wait, no, I'm a... Yes. Com show FPS 1. There we go. Finally. Yeah, but I tested how my PC ran Hades, and it still dropped frames there. Oh, I see. Well, everything I said was horseshit then. So again, let's assume I completed the first building here. Ah, whoops. He was staring straight at me when I made myself visible again to the AI. think it might be more interesting to have him come down the stairs. And again, I wanted to get some sort of steps up in the middle of here. I wonder if that's still viable. I feel like there's not quite enough space for it here. Pretty much all ace. How have I been doing? I told the story of a particular studio that I was interviewing with recently, which canceled the second phone interview I was supposed to have with them. Okay, yeah, this feels a little tighter, which is good because that's what I want. I think having a narrower path and maybe more like bushes and shrubs on the side here would be good. And I don't mean like thicker like hedges, although maybe that would also be worth it. Yeah, because this is only like one hedge thing thick, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, basically things were going well, but they canceled on me, and now I don't know. I'm just searching for a day job because I am in imminent need of rent money. So. Alright, so that feels okay. And now let's go over here. Get a sense of... He's still walking away, right? Ooh, yeah. This was pretty appropriate for... this kind of street. Oh, shit, he saw me. I'm a dingus. Alright, so when I talk about monster clip, because I didn't apply to this one yet, or maybe I did. Whoops. Oh boy. Yeah, so, okay, these are both feeling a little better. I like that. I think again with this guy, we don't want him to be as perceptive. Yeah, I think that's similar to what we had in the building A. I tweaked their perceptiveness. Okay, that should feel all right. Gonna revert this to world spawn real quick. Send your sell sheet for a game to a company. I wonder if I had any advice. I'm actually not familiar with that, which is surprising. I think you're talking about like pitching a game to a publisher. In which case, I I have been sort of on the periphery of that process sometimes, but like I've not been directly involved in that. I wondered if you would be. I think these are more of a tabletop thing. Oh, maybe. It very well could be. No, that's good to know. Yeah, I feel like there's a I don't know, a lack of communication, I guess, between the video game space and the tabletop game space. So it's good to learn about what's going on every now and again. Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a nice park. I'm thinking what might be neat. First off, I'll buff up this hedge a bit. The relationship between board game devs and publishers is very different than in the video game world. Oh, I bet. Yeah, do you want to actually elaborate on that? Because I'd be really interested to hear. I also do have to question in the fiction, this is a canal that goes straight out to the ocean. So I have a feeling that being this close to a major body of salt water would not be great for plants. I don't know. Do people care? Is the player going to nitpick my level on a what's the term? Herpetological thing? Or no, I think herpetology is lizards, right? Are they going to critique my level on an agricultural basis? I don't think so. Hey, how you doing? Different companies. Oh, yes. So, for the majority of board games, only a few people work on a design. Once a design is fairly solid, the developers will typically go to a publisher who then takes the design and develops it. So the designer might not have any input on their game after submission in one company, or they might be responsible for further development. Oh. Yeah, that is interesting. Right, so like I would imagine that like um I don't know, one of the things that, a developer uh they may or may not have any control over art or theming. Oh, I see. I would imagine a developer within a board game publisher would be looking at things like, how much physical material is required to like make a copy of the board game, right? So I think that's maybe something that they would have to tweak the design of a board game in order to accommodate, right? Any level design resources I would recommend. God, I get asked that quite a bit. And I feel like I never have a good answer. I still have a thread on my Twitter account recommending some books that I had, which was basically primarily like whatever they made me read in college. I don't know. I got some critique on that from like a fellow designer, and now I'm not so confident in my answers anymore. But yeah. I'm also trying to find some better resources and books myself. I have actually put on my Christmas list a book that has been going around on the Dark Mod forums for a while, actually. What's it? A pattern language. A pattern language, towns, cities, towns, buildings, construction. Yeah. People say this is a really good architecture book to look at for reference. Another one I would... No, I don't want it to be my homepage. Another one I would recommend is... I have a copy of it right here. Architecture, Form, Space, and Order by Francis Ching. I think you can also see... What's it? On my master class, I was looking at this Frank Gehry course. I would not recommend that yet, just because I don't know how good it is, or even if masterclass things are worth it. But I'm looking at that, and maybe like the one by Will Wright, because if I can get it from my parents as a Christmas gift, then like why not? Oh yeah, designers definitely need to keep components in mind. Some companies provide timber box inserts. You can design your game around. If I had to summarize the board game industry, I would say that they are a lot like the indie market, but with publishers. Interesting. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Also trying to think. There's this guy I follow on Twitter. Though he focuses specifically on competitive multiplayer maps. Andrew Yoder. He writes some really good stuff, though. Yeah. So I would like check this guy's blog out. The Door Problem of Combat Design. Basically sort of like trying to elaborate the give and take between like the player's visibility and like the territory that enemies can take. This is actually catered a little more towards single player stuff, this particular article. But yeah, I recommend his stuff as well. An architectural approach to level design. I found a PDF of it, and I'm wondering if you have any thoughts on it. I don't, actually. That would be excellent. I have not read that. I think... Did you post that you got a copy of that on Twitter? Because maybe I saw that. Alright, I think that's enough plant matter. This is a lot better already. I'm not sure what to do with this space. I certainly want like some seating here. Maybe another fountain. You have a PDF for that too. Nice. Well, it sounds like that'll be pretty good. I feel like that's not good. I know there's a smaller model. Yeah, that'll be fine. Gonna surround this with monster clip. Oh, right. I filtered that. I mean, of course, there's always just, the typical answer of like, pick a level editor or a game or something, and, just get going. Furnitures, seating. That's not like a... Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work. I'm getting caught up in set dressing again. This is my problem. monster clip. Surround with monster clip. And good. That's what I've been doing until now. Stupid dungeons. Visually attractive levels in Unity and Unreal. Well, awesome. Like Unreal for gray boxing. Most I know about those types of levels is the 4-inch stuff I learned from GDC videos and such. Favorite level editor? It has been a while since I used it, but it's pretty similar to this Hammer for, you know, like Half-Life 2. It's pretty great. It's the first 3D level editor I started using because, you know, my professor was like, you know, this is a level design course. And you know, we've been using this technology for this course for quite some time. And yeah. So maybe that would be my answer. Unreal's pretty good as well. It's I mean, once you like get it, you get it, but I don't know, it's really obtuse at first. Yeah, for like Albino Lullaby, like trying to figure out and get comfortable with like blueprint stuff was kind of nuts. But in terms of just like doing Geo, you can do some really basic. The basic stuff there is, you know, really basic, and very intuitive. But you know, in that case, like it's indistinguishable from like Unity. Oh yeah, and Unity has Pro Builder in it now, which I don't have extensive experience with, but I've heard it's pretty great. Like Unreal, what's my course called in my uni? Uni in the UK. Yeah, so I went to college at Champlain College, and what was it? It was, the course was literally called Level Design 1, and we were required to take that for the game design degree, and then Level Design 2 was an elective, but you know, after taking Level Design 1, I was like, I really like this, so that's what I ended up doing. Yeah. Getting more Pro Builder is great. Yeah. Funny enough, there was someone who liked Hammer as a level editor so much that they made a plugin. It's called Hammer. It's not great. It's got a UE for Unreal in the middle of it. And basically it's a tool for you to create a map or create some geo in Hammer and be able to export it into Unreal 4, and then you can actually do the reverse as well. But it's a bit difficult to learn. Yes, I agree with that assessment of Unreal. Oh, I did not surround this with monster clip. Okay. And now what? I don't know. So this is feeling a lot better. Because there's stuff here. I think it'd be interesting to have a sort of dugout entrance to this area, because it is lower than the exterior here, right? So that might be a good thing to move down towards. Maybe a good thing to wrap up on. I mean, kind of. I mean, I know you guys are like kind of talking with each other, not me. I don't know. I think looking at like Binding of Isaac is like a really good example, because it's pretty clear that it kind of has modular Lego bits, kind of, that it kind of reuses and stitches together. So I think that's like a pretty good example to follow. Okay, nice. Nice. Monster clip. Alright, this is pretty good. Alright, I think I said I would get rid of this back alley because we don't really need it anymore. And I think that'll be a good thing to do concurrently with adding a back entrance here. Place I work has some background in procedural level design tools. While I'm using modular rooms. Oh. Are you in the industry? Relatively small game development company in a third world country. I mean, hey, you got a job there. It's more than I can say right now. I did up until June. Yeah, they laid me off. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, neat. Look at that. Devs meeting in my streams. I'm so happy. I'm gonna revert this. Maybe the outside should still be stone. Right? Gotta meet somewhere. Where is that door? I need a door. I think I can filter the clip textures for now again. There it is. There's one at least. I had to approve your message talking about your YouTube channel. I guess self-promotion gets filtered out. That and great moments in its level design. I've not yet. Not to be a dingus. Is it on Game Pass right now? Because I have Game Pass, but otherwise, I don't really have a way to spend tons of money on new games. Yep. There we are. How do I make sure the player just doesn't climb up on this? Actually, I think that Andrew Yoder guy has been playing through the new Star Wars game and been talking about the level design. I think. Oh, right. I gotta. Nice. Okay. Oh, I should bring that out a touch more. The article you just shared, combat door problem, really good. No, no problem. I worked very hard to show that to you. I got leftover pasta in the fridge I'm excited about. Oh. I'm also a little unsure in terms of this guy's current patrol path. It's just like up and down in a straight line, more or less. And I want to get a little more enemy circulation in the park. I'm a little uncertain as to adding another AI in here. Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know if you've seen earlier sessions of this stream, but we kind of saw some, or I kind of experienced some of that. What's it? My second and most recent guest, Sean, who is a friend of mine. He works at a Sledgehammer now. What's it? We originally had the layout of the level so that like this building led into this building, which was positioned over here instead, and then that led into this building, and then this far side didn't exist, and you can see like it's extremely basic over here now. Yeah, and so he recommended, like playing around a little more with like the location objective locations, and also advocated the idea of like moving back and forth moving back and forth across the canal, which I also wanted to do but was a little skeptical of because of performance reasons, because of potential performance reasons. And so I moved that over, and we kind of faced a space like this. And just a couple of sessions ago, we took care of this last session, but like this was just completely flat prior. Like the door let out, and it was just a flat surface, and it led to here, and there was just like nothing going on over here. And so it was just like, I don't know what to do. But I think yeah, in terms of blocking and getting past that, what I feel like is a good strategy is for me to sort of envision the shape of what I want to do. And by that, I guess I mean like one of the big things that appealed to me when I started working in like 3D level editors was creating spaces that felt like the player is going to be moving in an interesting path and in an interesting direction, and so I just kind of wanted to make weird architectural spaces that kind of like felt interesting to move around in. And so basically I looked at this, for example, and I was like, okay, well, what could we do here? And I was thinking, well, we've got this building already that's... God damn it. We've already got this building already here that's kind of shaped and chamfered. You know, because you've got like a 45 degree... It's almost like a cube, except you've got this 45-degree angle just cut out of it, both on the ground floor and the second floor. And so I was thinking, you know, what could we do with the exterior that sort of like accentuates that? I was like, okay, well, we're just gonna like basically make a giant diagonal cut in the middle here. And so that's sort of how I went about creating this two-tier thingy. And also because, you know, this lower elevation helps, you know, with the player feeling safe, and there's like a certain amount of darkness there, but also the player may need to at some points like get on the higher, more exposed area to, say, walk across this canal lock. Yeah, in terms of paper maps, though, I would try to think of like a either like a large, you know, a very basic shape and a large sort of area that would like emphasize that shape, or, you know, having some sort of like landmark in the middle there. Not to give too much away, but there is a map that I'm working on for something or other. New England Aquarium. The images that basically has this. This is not the best picture, but I was inspired by the New England Aquarium, which is in Boston. If you go in this area, and it's always this packed, but if you go in this area, there's this like central tank that's a cylinder that's like 4 stories tall, and it has this, you know, corkscrew going up it as, you know, a sort of staircase. And then, you know, you can get off at every level, and there's like areas that surround it in the sort of like interior of this rectangle that the cylinder is encased in. And then you go to the top, and you can see this way more clearly, but this is like the top, and you can look down into this 4-story tank from that view. And so I just kind of started there with this map I'm working on for the other thing, and I was just like, okay, let's plop this down in the middle of a level and then see what kind of space would be able to accentuate that. Just do not be writer, be an editor. Just write a bunch of stuff and don't worry about quality. If you have a bunch of stuff being editor, it doesn't work. You can get an idea of what might work. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so what else did I want to do? I added this. How tall is the player relative to this? Come on. Move player start here. Okay, so it's taller than the player. That's probably all right. I'll probably still add some player clip there. Create model. I know there's fencing. And I think the wooden fence here will be just fine. on the lookout for level design spaces. What do you mean? Like interesting like areas that I walk through day to day? Because yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally I take pictures of them on my phone just to remember. Though I haven't really done anything meaningful with that yet. I should actually do that. I've also been kind of thinking because, I think it's pretty obvious here. My architecture skills are not the best, which is, again, why I'm trying to read up on more architect-y stuff. So I was thinking I might try and play around with, like, doing some maps every now and again where I'm just, like, recreating, like, house plans or trying to, like, recreate like a space I walked through and I really thought was interesting. I think I want an overhead light in here. Yeah, exactly like that one. Try to do that, but I still don't get inspired enough. We should make a level design bar. What a concept. I could use a little fuel myself. No, sorry. I could use a little fuel myself. I think with a space this enclosed, with the overhead light here, I could probably get away with just using a regular point light. How do I delete my streams from YouTube? I don't delete them, they're just unlisted. I mostly do that just to keep the video view clean, like the videos page when you look at my channel. Because Lord knows it's been a while since I've actually made an actual goddamn video. Yeah, if you go to my playlists, there should be a playlist for past streams. I kind of got that idea from some other YouTube channels that have done this. Oh God. Property. Model skin. Matching skins. Not unlit. Oh, come on. Does that have... I've been looking for those for so long. Oh, well, thank you. Somebody messaged me on Discord. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Do we want this light to be so close to the interior of the door? Probably not. And for that matter, yeah, how are we gonna light this room? Might be fun to play around with like underwater lights. That's probably for another time. Yeah, I think I'll give this one a quick play, just to make sure it feels alright, and then that'll probably be it for this week. What Discord servers do I frequent? Oh, god damn it. Leaked. Mostly just personal ones. Well, not personal one. Not like my own personal one, but like other friends' ones. Oh wait, what? Did I not? Oh, because it's, oh. I see. Those leaks will get you. Yeah. I joined Discord initially because, Dennis, if you are familiar with the channel Lamb Hoot, he found my videos and he invited me, and so I was like, oh, okay, I'll download Discord. And so I'm actually still in that server. I'm in Dennis's special Patreon server, though I kind of just don't really check up on that server a lot. You know, a couple ones that friends have. In terms of like public ones, I don't know, man. Or not like public, but you know, things that are there for a brand. I mean, if you know Cosmo D, they're the guy who did the Norwood Suite and Off Peak. Yeah. God damn. 0.0 seconds for build light shadows. Oh, you know what I think it is? I think I gotta add no shadows to those hedge meshes. Because I think all of this is just that it calculating like shadow data. Little editor I'm using, it is a dark radiant. It is it's for the Doom 3 engine. Next favorite part of game design. Oof. Starting to do the videos, I got into, I don't know, I kind of started understanding systems design a little better, and like the way that you can have like overlapping rules. In terms of, you know, and overlapping rules, and that would push the player towards like specific behaviors that you want them to engage in. So I really like looking at that. I mean, on my resume, technically, I say level and technical designer. Mostly I say technical designer to show off, like, hey, I can program. But actually, like coding, you know, a prefab in Unity or using Blueprint in Unreal, to get something working is similarly pretty satisfying. For my programming minor, I also took like an AI programming course, which was really fun. You know, I'd love to do something focusing on that. Definitely a systems guy. Yeah. Gameplay design. Yeah. Oh my god. How long is this shit gonna take? Gope. Oh man. Goal-oriented action planning. Oh god. I chose to do that on my final. That was not a good idea. Levels are driven by systems indeed. Someone did a thesis on Gope and layered Gope. What in the world? Like layered action. I don't want to think about that. Sorry to sound indignant. I'm just like, oh man, that's a nightmare. I have no target off. Yes, so. Oh, he's coming back. I should turn shadows off on that overhead light. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. I copied a locked door in and then I didn't check to make sure it wasn't. Well, you know, actually that's probably appropriate. It's also appropriate I got spotted there. Alright. Yeah. Also, this should not cast shadows because it's in the center there. That'd be good. Yeah. Name, I don't know. Thing C back door. And then used by, I don't know. Building B front. Boom. Alright. So now that key will unlock that. I might also want to make that able to be picked. Oh, and of course, light, no shadows, for the love of God. Can I apply this to multiple? Because if so, that would be so convenient. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Oh, beautiful. I can. How important would you say a degree is to game design or even a development job? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a degree, and clearly, that's not working for me right now. um, some people got into it a little while back on Twitter about how necessary it is to have a game development degree. I think increasingly in the AAA space that is becoming an expectation, but that's if you want to work in AAA. If you don't want to work in AAA, it's probably way more viable to go without a degree. The tricky thing is that there's not really like a standardized good or standardized curriculum for like a good game design degree or game development degree. And there are places that I feel are like really good. I feel like I attended Champlain, and I feel like Champlain was really good. But then I know that there's a lot of for-profit universities out there that run game design degrees that you should absolutely not sign up to. So bit of a mixed bag. Yes, and that's all got no shadows. I don't think I did like all of them. Yeah. I want to fix this as soon as possible, just because, let me tell you, I learned something from Underworld Ascendant. Long compile times add up and eat into your development time. Country more suitable to game dev? I would say your experience is probably way better. So like the fact that you do have experience now is great. You should probably just keep on doing what you're doing. Oh my god. Yes. No shadows. Yes, you can now. Oh, and I didn't do the bottom row here, god damn it. Do yeah, those are no shadowed. These are not. All right, I'm going a little over here, but I think it's worth it for not shit compile times. I think this is the first place I replied to was Larian. Oh. And hopefully this does not take 3 minutes at this step. Well, looks like that's a no. Or a yes, rather. Got rejected. Yeah. Boy, howdy. Oh, you are? Dude, that's awesome. Unreal 1. Interesting. Okay. It's a team damn. Ah, shit. Yeah, I've been. One of the other things I've been considering is, as it's taking months for me to, find a job, and now I need to find a day job. I don't know. I've been thinking of just like holding it down on, a job that doesn't like, pay a lot, but spending my spare time like working on an indie prototype or something like that, or a vertical slice, and then see if I can pitch that. All right. Come on. RPG Maker can do first person. Oh my god. Oh, come the fuck on. Ah, there we go. Okay, clearly there's something wrong going on here. Let's say right after the heat, 110 entities containing primitives processed. So that seems to be the bit that's getting stuck on for quite some time. I don't know what that means then. Alright. Well, I've already gone over, but I don't know about the States, but here in India, some of your schools will be able to transition to your job relatively easily. Yeah, well, I can't seem to find those jobs, regrettably. All right. Well, thank you, especially towards the end, for such great discussion. I will be back next week. I don't think I'm gonna travel for Christmas until like Monday, so I should be able to do next Sunday, and I anticipate being back before then. So thank you for tuning in and for chatting, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah.